Guys, welcome back to another exciting chess game. This one was played today at Prague International Masters 2024 between two very strong grandmasters. Nodirbek Abdusattorov playing as white and his opponent Grandmaster Navara playing as black. Now what makes this game so interesting is that this game could have went both ways until the very end. So truly exciting chess game on the edge. So without further ado, you will enjoy it and we'll go straight into it. So Nodirbek opened the game with e4. We have e5, knight f3, knight c6 and bishop c4 played for white. We are in Italian game. Bishop c5 and c3 was played for Abdusattorov. We have knight f6 for black, d3, a common move in this opening, d6 for black. All of these were book moves, and right now we have b4 attacking this bishop. Black has to retreat it, and we have a4 again trying to pressure this bishop. Black is now forced to respond, and he responds with a5. Now he wants to trade this pawn, but he has a safe square for this bishop as well. We have b5, Nodirbek changes his attention to this knight, attacking him, and knight is forced to retreat on e7. We have a knight b to d2 for Nodirbek, developing move, and finally we have castle for black, castle for white, and right now we have a knight to g6 played here for black. Nodirbek doesn't wait and he plays d4, attacks in the center. We have e takes on d4, c takes on d4, and d5. Now black wants to counterattack in the center. Nodirbek thinks that it is the right time to play e takes on d5, which happened in the game. Knight takes on d5, and right now queen to b3. White is already slightly better here. Now this knight is under attack. We have c6 with idea to defend, and if the trade happens, this pawn will still defend this knight. Rook to e1 played for white. We have a knight to b4. Now this looks like a perfect square for knight, but you will see it's not actually the best. We have a knight to e4 here played for white. Now Nodirbek wants to jump here on g5 and then later target this f7 pawn. Now we have c takes on b5, which is a mistake here by a computer evaluation, and just because of this threat, computer here actually recommends playing h6 to stop this knight from jumping on g5 square. But we have c takes on b5, positional mistake, a takes on b5, and we have bishop f5 here played for black. Right now nothing is threatened, this knight is defended, and we have knight f to g5 here played for Nodirbek Abdusattorov. Now trying to pressure this square, of course. And we have another mistake here, which is queen to d7 here played by black. Now computer finds an amazing line with knight to h8, but this is a completely unhuman move. And after bishop f4, h6, after knight retreats to f3, computer recommends playing knight to g6. Of course, this wasn't at all easy to find, and probably no human would find it. And after knight f to g5, we have queen to d7 here played for David Navara. A mistake marked by computer. A bishop to a3 for Nodirbek. Right now he wants to pick up this knight and then of course pick up this pawn. We have rook a to d8 here played for black. Now there are many different things now that can be played. After bishop to a3, you might be wondering what will happen if bishop takes on d4 is played. Then simply bishop picks up on b4, and after a takes on b4, rook takes, and after that knight picks up on f7, which with much better position here for white. This is hanging as well, and white is simply doing much better. So this was one of the variations that could have went here. If you're wondering that after bishop a3 what would have happened if this pawn that seems like completely free is taken, but it's actually not, it's poisonous pawn. And of course after queen takes on d4 there is another line here. Firstly, white attacks with bishop to b2. Now after queen goes on d8, we have rook a to d1, taking the advantage of the open files. Queen has to retreat, and now we continue with knight to d6 here, pressuring this pawn here. Black has to respond with queen to c5 here, and after queen to c3, black is already in a lot of trouble, because look at this threat here, it's simply almost unguardable here. So black is forced to give up his pawn here, although this looks dangerous, this is nothing special. King simply goes on h1, and now you are forced to give up your bishop for this trade, and after rook takes on d4, bishop to d6 is the end of this line. White is doing much better, so this is actually a completely won position for white. So that is the reason that after bishop to a3, this pawn wasn't taken, and rook a to d8 was played. We have bishop picking up on b4, A picks up on b4. Nodirbek played knight to c5, which is the miss of the position. Right now, actually, black has the advantage. Why? Well, simply because now after queen takes on d4, you have to respond. Bishop takes on f7 is best. After king goes on h8, bishop takes on g6, bishop takes on g6, knight goes on e6, attacking these two rooks. Firstly, black has this intermediate move, queen takes on f7 check, king goes on h1, and after rook d2 e8 and queen to d5, black is simply doing much better in this position. So that is the reason why this was actually a miss of the position by Nodirbek Abdusattorov, and black could have punished that and equalized this position. Of course, you cannot pick up this one because you will have a checkmate here. So this rook seems free, but it's not. And you have to be careful also moving this rook as well will be a forced checkmate here with queen to f1. So after knight to c5, black missed this main idea and he played queen to c7, which allowed Nodirbek to return, of course, with rook a to c1. Now we have knight to f4 here played for black, and right now a bishop f7 is played. Computer marks this as a miss. After knight to f4, queen to e3 was the main idea of the computer here, and this is what Nodirbek should have played. But after bishop takes on f7, white still has the advantage. King goes on h8, queen f3 now. For Nodirbek Abdusattorov, this knight is defended, and right now we have great move of the position for black, h6, attacking this knight that is defending this bishop, and now Nodirbek has to respond. We have knight picks up on b7, another miss of the position. Computer sees that knight c going on e6 was better here, but of course this is some deep calculation. And Nodirbek had the time probably to find this move, but Nodirbek found that knight picks up on b7 was a much better here. But now David Navara finds an amazing saving move with knight to e2 check. After queen picks up on e2, queen picks up on b7, and for now seems like black solved all of his positional problems and the position is completely equal. Now, of course, after knight to e2, there is nothing you can do. You cannot ignore this knight. You can either take with your rook, with your knight, but even if you take with your rook, then this is a problem because right now queen takes on c1 is a check, and this is a checkmate. So you have to pick it up somehow, and picking up with your queen was the best. Of course, we have queen to b7, and right now rook to c6, missed by Abdusattorov, and now black had this bishop to d4 idea. Computer recommends playing here, which happened actually in the game. And right now Nodirbek again plays king to h1, which is a mistake. Computer finds this amazing lives. And right now there is a crucial positional mistake here by David Navara, which is a rook picks up on f7, which actually allowed Nodirbek to win the game. After king goes on h1, the main idea here for black how to continue this game was simply playing quiet move bishop h7, retreating, and right now this is hanging. This has to be defended. This knight is hanging. You have to defend it with queen to h5, and right now after bishop picks up on f2, rook e to c1, bishop e3, attacking this knight and attacking this rook. The best for white is to play knight to e6, bishop picks up on c1, knight picks up on d8, rook picks up on d8, and rook picks up on c1 with a much better position for black, almost 3.5. So black could have easily won this game, or at least converted to some advantage. You still have a long way to win, but this was a nice idea. After king to h1, black makes a mistake and he plays rook to f7. Unfortunately, black here counted that Nodirbek would pick this with knight picks up on f7, and after that queen picks up on f7, and black is here much better. Two bishops for a rook, and position is actually almost 6 points for black advantage. So this is the calculation of David Navara, but David Navara after rook picks up on f7 completely missed this move, rook d6. Now this move is a lot trickier than it seems at the first glance, so of course you cannot pick up this rook is not free. Queen e8 check, rook f8, and queen picks up on f8 is the checkmate. After rook on d6, now what will you do? In this position, rook c8 was played. For black, we have knight picking up on f7, queen picks up on f7, and unfortunately rook picks up on d4, which leaves Nodirbek with a piece up. He finally found a way to get rid of these nasty threats that black had, and finally he can be at peace. Nodirbek right now, we have b3, b6 for Nodirbek, pushing to the queen, rook to c2, attacking, queen to f3. Now this looks scary, but it's actually not. We have b2, b7 now for Nodirbek. White cannot immediately promote, he has to have some way of response first. We have queen to f8, rook d to d1. Now definitely this threat is stopped, and after rook to c5, queen to b3 was the last move of the game, because right now you are forced to go queen to b8. After that white will pick up this pawn, he has a piece up, and he will soon be promoting by pressuring black into trades and similar things, and black is simply lost here. And this is how this wonderful game ended, and this is all I have prepared for you today. If you enjoyed this game, please make sure to leave a comment, like, and share this video with other people who enjoy chess. This helps a lot with YouTube algorithm, and as you all know guys, this helps me to achieve my goal of becoming a full-time YouTuber. Also, feel free to click the like and subscribe button if you enjoy more content from this tournament. I will be checking out more games. There were some interesting games in the round 2, but again, I wouldn't like to cover Pragnananda again. He lost the game against Parham Maksutlu, and this is the game from the third round just recently finished. Of course, if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your comments, and I wish you a pleasant night. Bye bye.